Good morning, America. Welcome back to Cloud9 Gaming, right here on Cloud9 Radio. And today, we want to get into our top 5 JRPGs available for the PlayStation Vita. That's right. But before we get started, if you have not taken the time to hit that subscribe button, make sure you do. We will be giving away that PlayStation 5 in a game of your choice at 100,000 subs. Not to mention, we got a whole bunch of prizes along the way as we get to that level. All you got to do to win is be a subscriber and leave comments in the comment section, because that's how we're going to pick our winners, and we want everybody to win something. So go ahead and sign up. We're going to have a good time. But without further ado, let's get into today's subject, the top 5 JRPGs for the PlayStation Vita. And guys, this subject right here hits home for me a lot. Being a former Marine, I was able to go to Japan, Okinawa, Japan. I was stationed there. In fact, I've been all over Japan, thankfully being stationed there. And a lot of their culture, their animation, and their games picked up on me, and they grew on me. Really good games. It's a different environment out there in Japan. Like, you go to an arcade, it's almost like an adult arcade. They got alcohol, you could plug in your console controllers and sit there and game. It's a lot different than the experiences you expect here. So that's why the Japanese market and the games just grew on me, especially PlayStation and the PlayStation Vita. So before we get to the top 5 games, I do want to throw out a few games that were really close to making it and could have made it. Like Octopus Trip, Undead and Undressed. That was obviously in one of our other videos, so I didn't want to put it in the top 5 JRPGs because it did make a top 5 list already. And guys, I want to give you different games that you could play on your Vita. The Dissidia 4 is an awesome game. Digimon Story, it's a Pokemon type game, but it is a really good game. Those are all games that could have made this list. Man, Sword Art Online, Lost Song could have made the list. Trails of Cold Steel 1 could have made the list. These are really good games, and it was hard to put this list together. So without further ado, let's get into number 5, because number 5 could be number 1. In fact, every game out of these 5 could be switched around in any order you like, guys. It could be 5 to 1, 1 to 5. It was hard, and we're starting off with a banger. That's right. Miramusa Rebirth is a straight banger. It gets a game score of 10 out of 10. This could easily be one of the number 1 games on the list. The graphics are excellent. The game shading, the way they put this game together. It's highly customizable controls, so you can go in there and fine tune your controls to the way you want it to work. I mean, they actually got downloadable content so you can expand your gaming session and expand this game. I mean, there's tons of blades, weapon styles. It is a 2D action hack and slash type of JRPG, but it's a really good game. I think you guys will really love this game. It came out in June of 2013, and to this day, this game holds up. You will not be disappointed. Number 4 on the list. This might be a lot of people's number 1 game. And it has some of the similarities to the first game we just went through with the 2-dimensional action hack and slash JRPG, and that is Odin Spear. Odin Spear was dropped in June 2016. This game has amazing graphics. I mean, they hold up. Both of these games just are like, whoa. The way they drew the character models and the world design is just excellent in this game. It's a fast-paced 2-dimensional hack and slash with a decent story here. I mean, the story isn't the best out of this list, but it does have a good story as well. And one thing I forgot to mention about the first game is the great music. All of these games are going to have great music as well. Odin Spear comes in with a perfect score, 10 out of 10. Now, as we get into the top 3, this is a really hard top 3 to make. Woo! So the number 3 game came out in November 2016, and that's going to be Sword Art Online Holo Realization. Man, I also recommended Lost Song earlier, but this game is actually a PS4 game on the go, in your hand, in your Vita. This is crazy. You got PS4 graphics on your Vita. The gameplay is outstanding. The combat system is good. There's a lot of relationship building in this game with another good story. This story is actually pretty good. I'm gonna say it's top 3 on this list. If you really get into it, it has a lot of hours you could put into this game, a huge cast of characters and NPCs to get along with and get to know. I mean, it's just, this game is huge. You can literally spend 100+ hours on a Vita game. That's right, Sword Art Online Holo Realization comes in with the perfect gaming score on Vita, 10 out of 10. That's 3 10s out of 10. Woo, we on fire. We starting this Vita list with bangers, I'm telling y'all. Man, 2016 was a good year for the Vita because 2016 also has the number 2 spot. In September 2016, The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2 came out with a perfect game, great story, great characters, engaging combat system. And if you ain't played the first game, don't worry, they got you. This game has a cool audio summary of the first game that you could just go back and listen to like an audio book, so you're not missing anything. This is a excellent way to do it. And in fact, I think a lot of games that have you take the story from one game to the next could look into this technique that they did of bringing that audio to you so you can know what happened in the first game without having to go back and play the first game if you don't want to, was excellent and well implemented. Not to mention, Trails of Cold Steel 2 is just an awesome game. Highly recommended. And this is another game that was so good and well made for the Vita. PS3, it got upgraded to the PS4. That's right. Another amazing game, a straight banger, could easily be the #1 game. But it's not, because we about to get into the #1 game. Dropped November 2012, Persona 4 Golden Edition. Oh my. Oh my. This was the best game of 2012, hands down, any system. I don't care if you was on the 3, the Xbox, the Vita, whatever you had. Persona 4 Golden was the best game dropped that year. The story is ridiculously good. The gameplay is outstanding. The graphics are amazing. Character design, that relationship building. There's so much to do in a Persona game that you just have to make a whole video about Persona if you've never played it. I mean, it's an amazing game. The #1 game on our list, and comes in with another perfect score, 10 out of 10. Every game on the list got a 10 out of 10. Guys, if you are not playing these games on your Vita, what are you waiting for? You don't have to worry about other games on different systems and just streaming games. The Vita brought you banger after banger. And that's what this series is dedicated to. We already went through our top 5 open world games. Now we got the JRPG list. We're coming out with our top 5 shooters next and our top 5 racing simulations after that. I mean, there's just so many great games on the Vita that it got overlooked. I mean, I could literally spend an hour on each of these games just describing them, breaking them down, and explaining them and getting into better in depth about each game, but we might do that. But this list is just to give you guys games to pick from and good games to play on your Vita. That's right. I mean, the Vita, highly underrated system and very capable. This is a bad boy. This list is impeccable. I'm gonna read in the comments to see what your guys' favorite JRPGs are, to see if I got the list right, to see if I need to switch up the order some. Because like I said, guys, I'm cool with you putting any of these 5 games at #1 to #5. Anyone. It don't matter. I just picked Persona 4 Golden Edition because it was literally the best game of 2012 on any system. I don't care if you were playing handheld or console or a PC. This game was a beast. So that's why it's in my #1 spot, guys. But that's all I got for you today. I'm definitely going to be checking in the comments on this one to see what everybody's favorite JRPG is. for their PlayStation Vita. And if it's not a PlayStation Vita JRPG, you can still leave that in the comments, because we love all Japanese role-playing games around here. And we are not going to discriminate just because you got one on the Switch or your favorite games on the PS5, PS4, the Xbox, or the PC. Man, just let us know so we can check that game out too. You might be onto something that we want to play. But your boy out. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.